The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. They begin on the ground with M.I.A. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. Just like that, a pickup of 20 on their first play from scrimmage. He was solid last week, over 100 yards in their victory on the ground. They want to get that going again.
Absolutely. What they also understand is that from week to week, it's not necessarily the same, but they want it to be, right? What they saw last week on the ground, they want to see in this game as well.
And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line.
Good, sure hands there from a guy not accustomed to catching a whole lot of passes. But how about the way he was able to pull that one in and pick up good yardage?
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll pound it up the middle with M.I.A. And great blocking downfield as he's got this almost to the 35-yard line. 11 more yards that go around, a first down as well.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Staying on the ground on first with M.I.A. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. Following the penalty, it's M.I.A. And he's going to take it down to about the 35 here. A good productive run there on first down. He winds up getting 8. The Saints at 3-5, 2 games under 500. And they were winners their last time out, so they'll be looking to make it 2 in a row.
And so much about football, partner, comes down to mindset. Being in the right frame of mind, and the best way to get in that good frame of mind, winning. So they come in feeling good. They've got the home crowd behind them. I think they're going to be tough to beat in this one.
They'll roll him out right. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away, and now it's third.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket and bought time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
Off the play fake, Young. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That's a third down conversion of 24 yards there. Nice play. Those are the kinds of plays right there that show you why he's the #3 man in the NFL in terms of receiving yards.
Also tells you there's a full combination of what he's got going in his game. You name it, from route running to catching the football. That's why he's able to produce those types of numbers.
And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. The impressive opening drive continues, and just space being created by those guys up front.
We're seeing this the same way, aren't we? We are seeing an offensive line, as this game gets started, as it starts to unfold, that they are dominating the line of scrimmage.
And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. Alvin Kamara, his 7th rushing touchdown of the year. And the Saints are on the board first here this afternoon. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. Taken at the 15, a short kick. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape as they get it up past the 30. Falcons 1st and 10 here as Ritter gets them ready. At about the 32. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard. Well, these two teams, they met in New Orleans earlier in the year with the Saints coming out on top. So they'll be looking for the win here in New Orleans to complete the season sweep. Second and 9 now. That's into the hands of Jacob Harris. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. 23 yards the pickup there.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
They'll run on first down. Meadows. And he's able to carve out about 6 there, down to the 37. This defense for the Saints, they were very solid last week in the victory over Baltimore.
Yeah, and what stood out to me on tape, the way they were flying to the football. So that tells me that they've got all their assignments down, and they're playing with extreme confidence.
First carry for the Boise State Bronco, Alexander Madison, fighting his way down to about the 35-yard line. And they got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
But that's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and has a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
On 3rd down, Meadows. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
And that's why you spend a first-round draft pick on a running back. Not for just the fancy runs, but these dirty, gritty 3rd and 1s, 3rd and 2s. That's why you draft him.
Ready. 33, yellow.
After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
38. Black shot.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
Got a man. It's London.
And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. From the 28, it's 2nd and 5. They're going to look to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And this is going to be another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 12-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
And this has been a nice answer to the touchdown drive against them a few minutes ago because they've come out and reestablished the tempo. A nice throw there, and they're putting together a very strong drive as a response.
On 1st down, Meadows. And he'll be dropped at about the 11 after only a yard.
That call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And it looks like he'll be just a yard shy of the 5 here as he's out at the 6. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down.
I did like his decision-making there to make sure they picked up something instead of forcing a throw. Now they've got more manageable play coming up to try and pick up the 1st down. And don't rule out the possibility that he just keeps it and runs again.
They'll set up a throw.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete.
Touchdown, Falcons!
Kyle Pitts.
His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Falcons are an extra point away now from tying this ball game.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
3-5 is where they sit on the year. A very uneven start is certainly not an ideal position to be in at the halfway point of the season. CD, do you see an avenue where they can still be a playoff team, or is that ship sailed?
Well, since you took me to the nautical side, I'm going to try and keep up here because, to me, this ship is about ready to pull out of port. These next couple of games are absolute must-wins for them. Now, if they can win a couple, get to 5-5, maybe they start believing in themselves. But a loss here, that would move them to 3-6. And if that's the case, well, that boat is going to head out to the harbor with them still on the dock.
And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Well, that's just a pile of bodies there, and that's when you kind of find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but for both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
Yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They run it again with Kamara. And pretty good running as he'll be close to a first down at the Falcons' 43-yard line. 58 yards rushing for him now to this point.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. Here's M.I.A trying to run for it. They find some open field here. And they will finally get him down, but not before he takes this to the Falcons' 9. Well, they only needed a small gain on third down. They end up getting over 30 yards.
Come on. Hey, catch the eagle.
Trying to pound it in, M.I.A. And he maneuvers his way down to the 3-yard line. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll run it with M.I.A. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
I think we got to give it up for him right there. That's a heck of an athletic move for a big man right in the middle of the line. How about the play he makes there? Nowhere to run, and he finishes that one off for a loss.
Cardinal.
From the 4 now, 3rd and goal. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Alvin M.I.A with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the Saints will take the lead here in the final minute of the first half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And that makes the score 14-7. And Patterson back out there to send this one away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
And 2nd and 10, he'll look to throw again. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Feels like they're getting caught in between here because they had incompletions on 1st and 2nd down. Now you got to worry a little bit about the clock because you prefer not to give them another shot here in the first half. If you don't pick up the first down, guess what? You're likely going to have to.
And this pass broken up. The contact well timed there, and now 4th down. On is the punter man as he boots this one away. It's a 44-yard punt, just 3 on the return. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And with good starting field position and 3 timeouts as well in their pocket, no reason not to try and put a late scoring drive together. He'll air it out deep for Thomas. And got his man complete. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas, 63 yards.
And the Saints will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And it's now 21-7.
Patterson back out there to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line.
And the ball backed way up. So thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts, as it'll come with 15 seconds to play in the first half. From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. He'll look to throw. Now this is intercepted. He was trying to get it to Davis. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Saints are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. Well, Charles, so close to halftime there. You throw the interception. Not only that, you do give it to them in plus territory as well.
Yeah, they were pushing real hard to try and get something more on the board on their side of the ledger right before.
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Saints will extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21.
So with 3 seconds remaining in the half, they will line up to kick this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone.
So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we'll get you over to Orlando, where standing by is Jonathan Coachman. He has our EA Sports halftime report. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, they look up at the scoreboard facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators? They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now a give, right side. Meadows, and he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They'll set up to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Someone moved. Flag is out. That's going to be 5 yards.
And that'll drive coaches crazy. You work all week on dealing with loud crowds, on dealing with motion, and then you have a guy jump.
A false start backs him up 5. 1st and 15. They'll look to throw. Dancing to his left.
And he'll be tackled on the other side of midfield at the 46-yard line.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And a penalty flag comes in as that one winds up incomplete, but the contact is going to move the ball well downfield. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. An 18-yard touchdown run. And the Falcons are able to cut into this lead as they score on the opening drive of the second half. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the 3rd quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that cuts the lead to 28-14.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And they were terrific in the first half, built up a sizable lead, and it's just been cut into a bit following the opening drive score on the other side. But this is a unit that has to be itching to get the football again.
You can say that again. They've got to be pretty eager because, let's face it, they've had to sit through halftime, then sit on the sidelines and watch that drive. So you can bet that they're saying, let's get on with this. We got to go out there and get some more points.
Now a 1st down throw for Young. Looking long for Thomas. A leap, and he's got it. He got it.
And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Kamara up the middle. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. A good response by the defense, sending them backwards after that huge gain last play.
Have to give credit for a nice play there, but also have to look at it as a blown assignment. He became a free runner that turned into a free hitter.
Now on 2nd and 13. Young.
They'll find Ayuk open right side.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And now 3rd down and 6 to go.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the second half. That's just his 2nd incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit, a lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
So after 4 touchdowns in the game for this offense, this time they're forced into taking the 3.
But you did mention 4 touchdowns, right? So 4 out of 5, not too bad. I think that's a pretty good record for them.
Well, this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
They'll look to throw here on first down.
Oh, what a catch by London. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
Back to throw now on first down. He'll bite, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this third quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw.
This pass is caught by London.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down. Looking to throw.
Targeting Pitts on the out route, and he's got it complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
Well, I can put my defensive cap on right now, and I know they're saying don't give up any big plays now. They've controlled this game throughout, and all they want to do is see it through to the end. I think they let their guard down a little bit with that last completion. Sometimes when you're trying not to give up bigger plays, you don't react as fast as you should on other throws.
So the completion results there in 9 yards. And they'll have a 2nd and 1 forthcoming.
Oh, they're going to run a little pop pass here.
And he is going to lose yardage here. The Falcons on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Now flags come flying in. One of the Falcons moved early.
So they accept the penalty, of course, and push the offense backwards a bit.
And this offense back to needing 10 yards after the false start. 3rd and 10. Back to throw again.
Oh, what a catch by Pitts.
And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
They'll look to throw again. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down.
As soon as he leaked out and began his route, someone on the defensive side broke with him and arrived just in time to separate him from another reception.
This likely a must-have, 3rd and goal.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And that is caught. Touchdown, Falcons. A great effort there. He scored on the ground and through the air.
And the Falcons have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Koo able to connect on the extra point, and the lead is trimmed down to 10.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down officially at the 21.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They've been pretty anemic on this side of the football in the second half, just 3 points, and you just saw the touchdown go the other way, so it's a 2-score game. We're not done here yet.
I think everyone's on the edge of their seats now because they're anticipating what's coming, and I sense that everyone in the stadium knows they need to keep it on the ground. So if you're going to do that, hope the quarterback is stretched a little bit. Some bootlegs, right? Some fakes inside, getting out to the perimeter. Those might be open for him.
Young's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he'll take it ahead to the 28-yard line. So not a lineman, but the tight end instead this time, drawing the holding call.
And more what you're getting with tight ends are guys who are much more receiver than blocker. They may be willing, but that might not be their thing. Oftentimes, they'll be the ones getting the penalties.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. That one good for 37 yards.
There's no doubt in my mind that not many guys in this league have had the impact that he's had here in the first half of the season. He's been a big play guy from the word go and continues to be one with another one right there.
Trying to run down some clock with Kamara.
It was Chuck Clark coming up to make the tackle.
And in this situation with the lead, fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
On second down, Young. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on second down. That muddles things a little bit here. This is 3rd and 10. Looking to throw, Young.
Open man is Ayuk, complete.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line. Young to throw it. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. Touchdown, Saints. Michael Thomas with career touchdown number 60.
And the Saints are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this fourth quarter lead. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17.
And Patterson back out there to send this one away. And this will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20. So the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
We said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
A quick throw knocked away. It's incomplete.
Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
He's going to loft one deep left side here.
This one incomplete. Almost picked off by the rookie, but he couldn't quite look it in. And now it's 4th down.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And he is going to have a Falcons first down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive.
Okay, right?
He'll look to throw. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. So the completion good for just 3. And it'll be second down. Back to throw. Leaping, and he makes the grab. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. A good pickup there of 20 yards. They'll look to throw now on first down. He's going to let it go deep for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick. And the Saints will take over here at their own 14-yard line. Well, I mean, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here. Maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They've really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
A throw left side to start the drive is complete. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that is going to be pulled in one-handed. Wow. It's a gain of 35. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
And no, they can't connect on the pass, so that gets the clock down to 11. Time for probably 2 more plays. Got to go quickly, though. He'll try again with the arm here on second down. Caught on the right side by Jones. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first.
From the gun on 3rd down, Groves. And it's incomplete. They're still throwing to the very end. But now this game is over. So this one a victory here for New Orleans. And we talked so much about the turn.